especially because I live in Canada. A lot of people are very surprised and not necessarily happy with the fact that I often defend the United States, especially in a foreign policy context, that I do not constantly harp on about them, about the things that they do poorly, even though there are many things that they don't do very well, such as handling poverty, for instance. And being anti-American is almost kind of a default in my country. So I thought I would explain very briefly why I am pro-American. And the reason is simple. There's always going to be a top dog, and right now, there's two options for who you should support as top dog. Or, I shouldn't say should, who you can, because there aren't any other options. Your options are the United States, the reigning hegemon, and their challenger, the People's Republic of China. Any other, fantasies about a multipolar world, or, the EU becoming a country and becoming a third wheel, those are all off in Fantasyland. They aren't reality right now. They probably won't be. They could, but they probably won't. So right now, those are your two options. Now, I know there's a lot of Canadians, because I've met them in person, and I've argued with them before, who are just so irrationally anti-American that they actually don't see a problem with China ruling the world. They don't see what the problem with China being on top would be. Because they either don't realize how China operates and what kind of an Orwellian nightmare it is, or they don't care because they themselves are not really that committed to liberal democracy, whether they admit it or not, whether they consciously know it or not. But I am. And because I am, there is no way I can support the People's Republic of China having any more power than it currently does. In fact, I want it to have less. In fact, I prefer it if the People's Republic of China did not exist at all. And thus, I am left with no option but to support the United States as the opposition to China, as the better of the two alternatives, morally speaking, from my perspective. That is why I support the Americans. And I don't see at all what's objectionable about that. If you find that objectionable, I have to question, especially if you live in a liberal democracy, how much you're actually committed to that form of government and that kind of society. Because if you are, there is no reason whatsoever that you should be supporting China.